shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. Downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. The city's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so live.
Good morning, Frederick. Today is Thursday, August 15th. I'm checking that. Yes, I'm your host, Dani Curry. So yesterday I said it was the 24th. A couple of times apparently. I don't know. I mistyped the date on my sheet and never even thought about it. Didn't double check. Normally I look down in the corner of my computer to see what day it actually is because I've done that now several times. It just shows that I actually kind of read off of my notes here. But anyway, next time, just comment, let me know. Mama Cone did let me know after the stream was over though, so I couldn't really fix it in real time, but look, my hair, I'm having a rough morning this morning. It seems to be crazier and crazier each day. All right, let's show you what is happening today. Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express with local news, weather, and sports is popping in. I think he's here already, so he probably has to go somewhere. So I'm going to double check and see if oh, no, he didn't text me, so maybe he's good. And then I'm going to do giveaways, and then we're going to talk about what's happening in Frederick. We've got a lot of calendar events for this week and the weekend. Then we're going to talk with Jean Wright, author of Selling Your Confidence. And we're going to talk with Leigh Ann Thompson, who owns Perennial Clay and Garden, which is a great little store on 2nd Street. I'm going to recap the grand opening of Maryland Edge. And you're going to hear from Lauren March, a personal chef and owner of Family Eats. So great show today. And a lot of great people. All right, save the date. The 100th show is coming up on Tuesday. Hard to believe. Head to Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page. Share the 100th show post. My goal is to have the most people to date watch this show. We have to beat the debut show, April 1st. Got almost 7,500 views. So we would love to surpass that with all the momentum we've gained and all the great subscribers. If you're new, thank you so much for joining us. We are well on our way to 1,000 subscribers by September. We're at 683 as of today. And if you're wondering what the heck this show is all about, well, it's really all about you, Frederick, the people, the community, and what is happening. And there is always a ton. Good Morning Frederick merch. Want to thank everybody who stopped last night to purchase at the night market. When you purchase the merch, I can donate to local causes. So your great shirt or tumbler or magnet, sticker, or hat actually gives back to the community. That's how it works. It's great. All right, let's get this Thursday going because we got a lot to get through today. Thank you to the show sponsor, We Help You Move. Whether you're moving across the street or across the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts make that process so much easier. We Help You Move is veteran-owned and a huge supporter of the Frederick community. You can find them at wehelpyoumove.com. And remember, on social media, if you see somebody asking for a mover, please put down, We Help You Move, because they were fantastic in helping me move from the townhouse to storage, from storage to where we are now. All right, let's find out what's happening with local news, weather, and sports. Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express has all the details. Well, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You're very early this morning.
Yeah, well, Bob took over the boards for me today and took the last 10 minutes by himself without me. I know he misses me, so I figured I'd pop in a little early today. I have a question for you, Dani.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something we talked about before I get into news. This is mind-boggling to me, okay? I don't know if you heard about this, but we talked about this, and we got a lot of remarks on our text line. So a couple passed their wedding cost to their guest by selling tickets to their wedding for $333 each. Can you imagine?
I'm telling you, this trend, it has happened quite often where people are like charging admission or being mad because people aren't giving gifts in the amount of the dinner or the amount they're paying per guest. What the heck is happening?
They're crazy. I mean, first of all, look, I don't like going to weddings in general. I only go because I have to, because I get invited. Believe me, to sit there and watch two young couples in love. Listen, sweetheart, wait till you get to 21 years of marriage like me and my wife, okay? But anyway, getting back to that, I don't like going to weddings anyway, okay? I'd rather sit down, watch a football game like Al Bundy with my hand in my pants and relax on the couch. I don't like weddings anyway, so now you're going to charge me $333 to go to a wedding I don't want to be at? Come on now. No, craziness. I don't understand these people. I'd love to hear your comments, though, on it. Look, I get weddings are expensive. Do a cheaper wedding. Elope. Go to Vegas. I don't know. Me and my wife, okay, I know these young people who spend all this money on weddings. They're divorced 2 years later, okay?
Yeah.
Me and my wife got married at the courthouse, okay? It was a beautiful, romantic wedding right under the tree where they used to hang people in the 1800s. Yes, we had some, police officers dragging criminals in by handcuffs who were yelling and cursing. But the bottom line is, when you're me, you can make anything romantic. And 21 years later, we're still together. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's funny. Right in the middle of, hey, do you docket number 4251? Look, I think a lot of people make the huge mistake of putting all their resources into the day, and they're not planning for the future of their lives. It is one day.
Absolutely.
It is a few hours at best. And this one-upping and trying to do I don't get it. I don't get it at all. My husband and I had a great wedding here in Frederick. We got married at Hood Chapel, Kaufman Chapel at Hood College. I think it was $200 to rent the church or pay for the person to be there, our reverend, and we had one of the first receptions at the Delaplane, and I honestly think the room rental was like $500. We might have spent, the most we spent was on the food, obviously. Canapes catered our wedding, and but the food was amazing. Got a DJ, not expensive back in the day. And I think I did kind of, spend my parents paid for the flowers. And I think that was probably $1,000. But I think all up our whole wedding was like maybe $7,000. So
wow, that's not bad. Now, my wedding was a little different. I will admit that. Okay, we did the courthouse thing. I think it cost me like $60. All right, and then I promised, in addition to promising my wife about going to Jamaica, I promised her, being I'm Italian, I said, look, I'm Italian. We're gonna take a tour of Italy. So, of course, for dinner, brought us to the Olive Garden. She ordered the tour of Italy on the menu.
Well, thank God it's got the endless salad and breadsticks
yes,
for you.
Yes, there you go. And 21, look, I was smart. I set the bar very low when I asked my wife to marry me. So now I have, so now I surpassed everything. So there you go.
I mean, the fact she's stayed with you for 21 years, that woman deserves a medal.
You're not kidding, a gold medal. I'm a lucky man, I will say. I am definitely a lucky man.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, Chris Bad News Michaels here.
Yes, I see that.
We'll read today's news. Actually, not so bad news. Well, most of it's not so bad.
Well, there you go.
Again, I set the bar very low, so there you go.
And everything in life.
There you go. Frederick County Public Schools reopened for another academic year on Wednesday, August 21st. So parents, get ready. It's the most wonderful time of the year. The Maryland Department of Health reminds parents to make sure their children are vaccinated before they head off to school. Vaccinations are, of course, important for students going back to school because they help protect students from serious diseases and prevent the spread of communicable diseases in schools, says Michael Thornton, nurse program consultant with the Maryland Center of Immunization, which is part of the Maryland Department of Health. Frederick County Public Schools is one of 13 school districts in Maryland that receive funding for the enhanced energy efficiency. The governor's office says that FCPS will be getting $103,000 to develop energy management strategies and $92,000 to create an energy roadmap for carbon neutral operations. Okay. This funding is part of a $24 million from the Maryland Energy Administration to help school systems improve their energy savings, reduce greenhouse emissions, boost energy efficiency, and reduce carbon emissions. Let's see here. And finally, a Pennsylvania man was arrested on Wednesday in Frederick County for an attempted murder and road rage incident. And I said this once, and I'll say it again. Be careful on the roads. Bryant Paradine, 37 of Littlestown, is charged with attempted murder, use of a gun, and the commission of a felony and other offenses. Shortly before 7:30 a.m., Maryland State Police say troopers with the Frederick Barrack responded to Route 15 and Tippin Drive in Thurmont for a reported road rage incident involving gunshots being fired. Shots were fired through the passenger's compartment of the victim's vehicle. That person, thankfully, was not injured. Road rage getting worse and worse. And me and Bob consistently have this topic on the show. It seems like, how do I say this in a nice way? It seems like people are getting more crazier and crazier every year.
Well,
I don't know.
I think right now people are really desperate, and it's a very scary place to be in society because desperate people, Now,
I don't know if we've always been like this as a society, or maybe we're just seeing it more because of social media, or maybe social media is doing it to us. But something has to be done. I personally think, honestly, Dani, I think it's a result of social media. My personal opinion.
Maybe.
All right, taking a look at weather. Today, it's a good deal of sunshine, high 88. And tonight, a few clouds, low 62. I don't see any rain in sight. And taking a look at tomorrow, TGIF, high of 90, partly cloudy. And tomorrow night, 69, overcast skies. And again, low of 69. So there you go. The weather, at least, is good news.
Yes, that's it. You have, that has been your crowning glory.
Again, the bar is really low here, Dani. So, that's, By the way, I got to tell you, regarding your marriage, you and your husband, awesome couple. Husband, I finally got a chance to meet him at the opening of Everything Frederick and More. Great guy. Love the Australian accent. It is awesome.
Yeah, He's not so bad.
He's a
24
great guy.
years married, and yeah, he's okay. You
He's
know,
better than okay. His bar is a lot higher than mine.
Look, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I wouldn't be able to do this show without him. So everyone should be thanking him every day because he's my biggest cheerleader. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, of course, me and Bobby here to cheer you on too.
I know. You guys are awesome. All right, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for TGIF.
All right, take care. Have a wonderful day. Great show.
All right, see ya. All right, want to thank Chris and WFMD's Morning News Express for giving us the not-so-terrible news every day. All right, let's see what we have to give away. All right, 2 tickets to Climbing for a Cause, which is this Saturday. If you'd like a pair of tickets, just text CAUSE to 888-465-2944. How about 2 tickets to Troy Fest? You know, we heard from Kat Maselka. Oh, the cat is stuck in the office here. And that's going to be a great music festival. So if you like Ja Works or live music, you're going to want to go. 2 tickets to Troy Fest. Just text FEST. And we will be selecting the winner at the end of August, which is not too far away, actually. How about 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs? We give them away each week. You can text MDL for those. Tree Trekkers, you can get a 3-hour Timber Trek Adventure ticket. Good for the season if you text Tree. And a family 4-pack of tickets to the Frederick Keys. Every week we give those away as well if you text the word Keys. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to have, what's happening in Frederick from the best calendar in the land. You're going to hear from Jean Wright, author of Selling Your Confidence, and Leigh Ann Thompson, owner of Perennial Clay and Garden. And Lauren March is a personal chef and owner of Family Eats. And finally, we recap the grand opening of Maryland Edge. I think you're going to love it. It's pretty cool. All right, all of that is coming up right after this.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Join me on Good Morning Frederick Wednesday for Local Compass, your guide to worldwide travel with the experts from Antietam World Travel Service. Yeah, that was the wrong one. I will play the correct one the next break because I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. All right. Anyway, Antietam World Travel Service is amazing. Okay, let's see. Happening in Frederick. That's what we got to do right now. Let's find out what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. It is Birria Thursday at Taco Bar, and they are right at West Point Plaza on Route 40, between 40 and alternate 40. Birria is slow-cooked shredded beef. You can get it a variety of ways. The most common one is on tacos. You can add melted cheese and get some of the consomme. Look, you can see the cat right there in the office, making a mess. Oh, goodness. The most common one is, okay, consomme. That's the beef broth made with the same birria juices. Oh, gosh. We offer birria tacos, queso birria, pizza birria, torta birria, birria fries, and more. Taco Bar offers, not we, like I work there. Taco Bar has those great things. Oh, gosh. Remember, this special is only available on Thursdays. You can get more details at tacobar1.com. Holy cow. What is happening? Look, Kat, what are you doing? You're interrupting. I'm already having a bad day. Oh, gracious. This is going to be fun. All right. If you want to know what's happening in Frederick, you got to go to the best calendar. Oh, gosh. You can find that at promocircus.com. Click on everything Frederick. Oh, geez. This is not going to be good. No crying. All right. Oh, and click on the calendar of events. Oh, this is very funny. I'm telling you, what do they say? Never work with children or animals. That is for sure. All right, we're going to click on the agenda view here to find out what is happening. Again, if you're looking for fresh produce, stop crying. Here, hold on. All right, I'll pick you. I got you right here. Okay. You're looking for fresh produce, they've got it every day. Organic, fresh produce at Fingerboard Farm. I know, I see you. And you can head over there. They've got it all the time. It is Alive at 5 Thursday. You can head down to Carroll Creek. You must be 21 to get in. $6 to get in, though. Not bad. $6 adult beverages. Free water always. And tonight they have Daisy Road, which is 70s disco, playing at Alive at 5. Now, if you're not 21 or you've got kids that you want to take, head over to the library side. You can sit on the hill and enjoy the music there. Also tonight, I will be stopping by the African Americans of Excellence exhibit, which is at Rack Brewing Company at 400 Sagner Avenue. And they are actually putting all the images of the African Americans of Excellence honorees that were awarded this past February. Now, $1 from every beer purchased tonight is going to benefit the 2025 African Americans of Excellence exhibit. And I believe Yemi will be announcing the honorees for the 2025 exhibit. Good gracious. Okay, I gotta let him out in a second. All right, Horses Healing Humans Barn Tour is also happening tonight from 6 to 7. That is in Union Bridge. And Peggy Manganelli started that organization, and she's gonna give you a little update about what it's all about. Really, really great nonprofit that she has started there, and that is also happening tonight. Tomorrow, you can hop on the double-decker bus. Go to MarylandDoubleDeckers.com if you want to check out the Maryland Double-Decker. It is such a great way to see Frederick, and you get a nice little tour, and there's a lot of history going on there, and you're riding in a 1966 double-decker open-top bus. Really fun. You've probably seen it around Frederick. The Montgomery County Fair is going on, and tomorrow at 3, WFRE will be there, and they got lots of fun there. And then you've got, Slipback is playing live at Benstown Friday night, 8 p.m. Great fun party band playing all your favorites. If you want to see some live music, Benstown is the place to do it. Now on Saturday, of course, I'm going to be at Climbing for a Cause early on to get the day kicked off. It is to benefit American Cancer Society and Relay for Life. And you're going to want to head over there. Get your tickets now, treetrekkersmd.com. If you're scared of heights like Chris is, then buy a $5 ticket. Just go out, hang out, watch everybody else climb. You can perhaps play some cornhole and enjoy that. Let's see what else they got going on tomorrow. Well, I'm also going to be at the New Market District Volunteer Fire Company's Big Money Bash. Now, I did get a text yesterday that you will be able to purchase tickets at the door, okay? So here's the thing. You're going to want to get there early. Get your tickets, buy them at the door, because your winnings start from the time you get there, right? So if you show up at 3 o'clock and your ticket was drawn at 1 o'clock, the house wins that money, okay? But if you get there at 11 or noon and you've got all day, they're pulling winners every few minutes, like $47,000 in prizes, is given out. Now, this is a fundraiser to pay for equipment. We talked to Wayne Harris about a week or so ago, and, they have to supplement some of the money that they get. They do get some state funding, but the rest they have to come up with themselves. And, this is things like high-tech ambulances and all that good stuff, helping to keep everything running there. So you want to check that out. Go buy a ticket online. That's what I did. I just went online. I bought 4 tickets. You don't have to be present to win. So if you just want to support Newmarket District Volunteer Fire Company, then you can do it by just purchasing online. It was very easy and supports a great organization. All right, on Sunday, here we go. All right, I'm going to update this. Here's what's happening. I want you to come to the home of Everything Frederick from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Mama Cone and I are going to be there. And after, I'm going to show you, I'm going to stop sharing here so I can show you the limited edition 100th show t-shirt. Hang on. All right. So here is the limited edition 100th show. I want to thank Hannah at Special Tees. It's got the 100th show little mark on there. How awesome are these shirts? Okay. They are phenomenal. All right. You're going to be able to get one of these shirts for just $15. The proceeds from the shirt are going to be donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. All right. So all my sales from now through December are going to be donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. So $15 on Sunday only. Okay. Sunday noon to 2 until they're gone. $15 for a t-shirt. And the proceeds will be donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. Now, when you come in on Sunday to purchase, you will also get some extra goodies. I'm going to be handing out Good Morning Frederick stickers. You can get some Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. You can get tickets to the Keys or Live at 5. So I would love for you to come and say hello. Mama Cone and I will be there noon to 2 this Sunday, 401 North Market Street. Okay, you can get this calendar. Just go to promocircus.com anytime. I'm making a note to update calendar with the offer. But noon to 2, we'll be there. All right, let's talk about the people of Frederick. People of Frederick, sponsored by CK Nails, your full-service nail and spa salon, offering manicures, pedicures, facials, waxing, eyelash extensions, and more. Go to cknailsfrederick.com where you can get all the pricing, upfront pricing, I like that. You can book your appointment and you can see the full list of services that they offer. They've got nail dips and tips and all kinds of stuff. cknailsfrederick.com. All right, Jean Wright has been in Frederick a long time, and she's loved her career in sales. Recently, she wrote a book called Selling Your Confidence, and she's determined to help others get comfortable with sales. It's not so icky. Doesn't have to be anyway. All right, here is Jean Wright. Talking with Jean Wright, author of Selling Your Confidence. You can find information about that at sellingyourconfidence.com. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me today, Dani. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, I am excited to talk to you. We haven't really had a chance to sit down since you wrote and launched your book last year in March. Selling Your Confidence. So I guess let's go back a little bit. What were the ideas in writing this book for you? What kind of pushed you to get this done?
Well, I've been in Frederick for a while, and I've worked in various sales positions throughout my career even before I came here. And I really got to know a lot more women in Frederick by networking and working at various jobs here. And I thought there's something out there that there's a need for women to feel more comfortable in their sales positions. I really enjoy the sales career that I've had, and I thought there might be a good story here about what I've been through that might be helpful to other women. So when I decided to write my book, I wanted to put in a lot of great experiences that were still pretty vivid in my thoughts about what I went through. And I really was surprised at how well I could document a lot of these sales experiences and then provide tips for how to get through certain situations that might be helpful to women.
Yeah, that's great. I remember my first sales job. I think it was like 1987. I was terrible at sales. I didn't really get a lot of training, and it wasn't until probably, I would say, almost 2000 probably that I learned what sales was all about and how to be successful. So it's really great that you're offering, in your book, tips and things for people who are perhaps sitting in the sales or thinking about a sales role, because I think we use sales every single day of our lives. I just don't think we call it sales. And I think once people understand it, they'll use it more and more frequently. What do you think?
I agree with that, especially for women. We sort of have a natural tendency to be nurturing and helpful, and we like to help people get something that would be great for them to enhance their lives, whatever it may be. In our daily life, we probably are talking more about things and products that we like that we know other people would like. So there is some naturalness to that. And it is known that in companies today, more employers are looking for women to sell. But it's that cultural image of the salesman that sometimes cloud our real judgment about what selling should be and how confident we should be about it, because we are able to do this more naturally and authentically than we think we can. So my whole thing is be authentic about yourself and don't let the feelings of changing your way of being too aggressive or manipulative. Don't feel like you have to be that way to sell something, because that's really not you. And people will see through that if you are trying to be somebody that you're really not. So let's take that authentic self and bring it out.
We all kind of have that used car salesman idea in our head when you hear sales, but I think once you break it down, you understand it is can be a very nurturing, and you're guiding people toward a great decision. I had many clients in my years that I've said, this is not the product for you. And that also wins a lot of points to, help those clients in the future. So that's really cool.
Right. You want to find your ideal client, and you also want to spend the time with them that's going to be beneficial for both of you. So it's good to recognize that.
Absolutely. Anytime something is a win-win, there's really no selling that has to be done, right?
Right.
So you released this book originally in March of 2023. You told me you just refreshed it with a new cover and added some additional content. and that people, yeah, oh yeah, and I can make sure we have that on screen too. People can purchase on Amazon or get it directly from you. So tell me, like, you're out and about? I know you're doing a lot of networking and speaking to groups. What has been kind of the moment where you were like, this is really cool what I'm doing, and I know I'm affecting a lot of people positively?
Well, sometimes we give out free advice. I don't know about you. You ever meet with somebody for coffee and you have conversations and they maybe ask you some things that they feel you might be an expert at or know that you can help them. And I just started realizing I think there's a lot of experience and things that I've learned that can help people. So why not just start customizing some coaching plans so that I can help them in the various ways that they feel they need a little assistance. So I decided now that you have the book and you have something to talk about and people are reading it and understand that there are techniques and some tips that can be helpful, why not take it a step further and coach people in a way that will help them be more successful in their particular business with things that they think they need some work with. Because let's face it, sometimes you go out, you've been out there where you're on the streets and they're telling you, go out and get that business. I know you can do it. You have the reputation for what you can do. And it can be lonely out there. The self-motivation has to come into play at some point where you have to move forward and not let something affect you personally that the door may have closed, but you need to move on to the next person who needs your services. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's
there's a
for
lot
sure.
of motivation that's necessary. It's a team sport, but not really. It's really an individual sport. You have to
Yeah.
be self-motivated in a way that you can produce, but also other people feel the same way you do.
Yes, yes. Can't take things personal. You are out there speaking. You're out there allowing people the opportunity to learn stuff through the book. You've been around Frederick for quite a while. What have you noticed kind of about, even career-wise, about some of the changes?
Well, I love Frederick because it's a relationship building town. People here really enjoy meeting each other, connecting with other people to help other people be successful. I mean, I don't know about you, but when you go to a networking event, it's great to meet new people, but it's also great to connect people to other people you may be meeting. And that means a lot to the other person that you're connecting to or for. And I find that Frederick is special in the way that people like to reach out to each other. They like to help each other be successful in business and nonprofits. Everybody gets together and feels that sense of community and building community with each other. I think that's a very special part of Frederick. You don't hear that in other places as much as you do here.
I agree. That's why I love this town. I really do. And, I think it's great. How can Frederick help you? Who can we refer to you, or how can we help spread the word about your book, Selling Your Confidence?
I've really felt that it's been wonderful so far this past year to be known whenever I'm talking to people that they know about my book, but there probably are more that would like to be able to see what this is all about. I appreciate being asked to be on a podcast like this. I'm meeting some other women who are doing the same thing, and I think this is becoming a very popular way to get to know somebody is in a podcast or other social media platforms. I do enjoy talking to groups, and I would just say when you're feeling that maybe you need a little bit of a help with something to improve what you're doing for your business in a sales type of way, to keep me in mind. And I do offer a free chat for anybody who wants to just not be judged about how they feel, because believe me, a lot of you feel similar things that you don't want to admit, but I'm happy to talk to you about what's holding you back with being more successful with selling. And I feel like with a reputation I've had in the business community here, that I do feel there is a bit of trust here that would be helpful to people who don't know me, that may want to get to know what I have to say and how I can help them maybe be more successful.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of women in town, especially that own businesses. I know that.
Yes, there are. All right. Well, you can check out sellingyourconfidence.com to reach out to Jean and ask her some questions. You can bend her ear a bit, and she may be able to offer some help to you so you can be more successful in the future. Contact Jean at sellingyourconfidence.com. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I just want to apologize. I don't know what happened to that graphic that was right over poor Jean's face. And actually, the video made it look like she's trying to look around it. I will fix that before I re-upload that to the stream. Oh, goodness. Editing late at night, never good. Something always happens. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're back with Leigh Ann from Perennial Clay and Garden. We're back with Lauren March from Family Eats, and we get that recap of Maryland Edge, which is the newest technology center. It's a hive for all new businesses, science and technology. That is all coming up right after this.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Good morning.
I'm telling you, I am batting 1,000 today. All right, A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specializes in roofing, siding, windows. They'll also take care of your gutters, patios, and decks. Oh, gracious. Call 301-703-2157, or you can email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. Give Sandra a call. Let her know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. That's ansconstruction.net. Oh, gracious. All right, let me see if this is the right Antietam World Travel ad. Don't miss Local Compass, your guide to worldwide travel, this Wednesday on Good Morning Frederick. From the experts of everything travel, Antietam World Travel Service. There. Well, kind of. It's not actually this Wednesday. But anyway, it's all good. Antietam World Travel Service, I want to thank them for their sponsorship. Oh, goodness. All right. We are going to talk about who is making the market. Oh, Market Makers, sponsored by Candles by B&L. I saw Marlon and Sandra last night at the downtown night market. They were setting up right in front of Delicia Cafe. I was coming out, and there they were. And but you can pick up candles that are amazing, handcrafted, scented, made with soy wax, using the finest ingredients The beautiful candles are free from harmful chemicals. You can pick them up at the shop at the home of Everything Frederick at 401 North Market Street Thursdays to Sundays, or you can order online as well. And Sandra does a lot of markets. You can check out her schedule. Candles by B&L is woman, minority, and veteran owned. Their goal is to light up your mood one candle at a time. Candlesbybnl.com. All right, Leigh Ann and her husband have opened Perennial Clay and Garden. It's on 2nd Street, and I check it out and see what this shop is all about. Let's meet Leigh Ann. West 2nd Street, 5 West 2nd Street to be exact. I'm with Leigh Ann. It's Perennial Clay
And Garden.
and Garden.
Yep.
All right, you guys opened recently. This is such a cute store.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So you were just telling me you guys spent a lot of time traveling around the U.S. in an RV. Were you doing this same stuff?
No, I made pots, pottery for a long time. I did all the throwing and the making, and my husband did all the glazing. So we would have shops at different Renaissance festivals and sell our ceramic wares.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And so now, what is it about gardening that you like?
I think I've always just really liked gardening. My mom's a gardener. My grandma on both sides is a gardener. Like, who doesn't like plants? It's just,
Yeah.
you know. Although I will say I'm not real great with indoor plants. I'm pretty much an outdoor plant. I think Mother Nature giving some assistance is nice.
right. I got it.
Yeah.
So when you decided to open here, what was the thought behind it? Like,
Originally, we wanted to open a clay supply store where we would have clay and glazes and stuff for people because there's a lot of potters in Frederick and there's not really a place to come and purchase those types of things. So originally it was supposed to be that, but then we have a flower farm in Braddock Heights, which we actually just sold, and we're moving, so that's a whole nother topic. But in any case, we like to do a lot. And anyways, so I said to my husband, it's like, what if we put like some gardening stuff in there too? And he was like, he like side-eyed me like he knew what was about to happen. And so now it's basically a garden store with some clay things.
I like it.
But to the people that are watching that are clay people, do not worry. We are looking at another location to take the clay things out of here because we've already realized like we really, I mean, I love the garden center, but the people of Frederick deserve a clay supply store that is a separate entity. So we are going to be doing that soon. So
They feel slighted that they have to share with the...
I feel slighted for them. I mean, they all come in, everybody comes in, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm so happy to have this in Frederick. But they all are like, when are you getting, more stuff in? And when are you doing this? And when are you doing that? And I'm always like, oh, well... and then I'm like, what happens when we do Christmas and we have ornaments in here for gardeners and we're going to need more space. So,
yeah. But it is a really cute space. What was here before? Do you know?
So originally it was the Wedgwood Cafe and Inn back in the 1900s.
Okay.
We found an old postcard and renovated the building to match that.
Holy cow.
Yes. It was exciting. Then it was like a green grocer. It was the American Red Cross. And then in 1960, Ma's Opticians bought the building, and it was them who renovated it, so it had these, like, really unattractive... Well, if you're into mid-century stuff, they weren't unattractive. But for me, which is more, like, colonial style is my jam, that was not great. So they renovated the building, and then it was, after they moved out, it was... engineering firm for on and off for about 10 years, and then it was vacant for 6 or 7 years before we bought it.
Yeah, conveniently located right next to Magoo's.
Yes, which I had never been to Magoo's before we bought the building, and now we literally go every single day.
I would imagine.
It's so
you
delicious.
You can literally trip and go right
I know,
over
it's really great. And she's so sweet. She'll we'll go over there and order food, and she'll bring it over.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
very
we love
nice.
their food.
So far, have there been any challenges so far with being in business in downtown Frederick or having this?
At first, it was a little tricky because the zoning was weird. I didn't realize that we were allowed to sell so all the different things we wanted to, but for whatever reason, fresh flowers we couldn't sell because of the zoning. So we had to go through some hoops because it's zoned downtown business office and not downtown business, and apparently that was high. Anyways, there was some situations with that, so we had to kind of jump through a few hoops. We got it all worked out. And then just getting the building renovated, there's always troubles. We renovated the whole thing. We have an Airbnb upstairs.
Oh.
And so we had Colonial Renovations do the contracting work. My husband and my brother did a lot of it as well with them, and it went smoothly. But there's always hiccups.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, we've done a lot of projects in our time, my husband and I, and this one was one of the smoothest, and it also turned out kind of the best. I don't know, like normally, like not always does your vision like match what. Or the end result doesn't match what your vision was, but this like literally met, if not exceeded, what
nice.
So
well, that's pretty good then.
I know.
That's
I feel
pretty
really
good.
happy about that.
I didn't even realize you guys had an Airbnb upstairs. That's cool.
Yeah. That's called the Wedgwood Inn after the original building. Yeah,
that's awesome. Do you have any goals you'd like to achieve sometime throughout this year?
I'd really like to get workshops going. We have access to, the little park next door to be able to use. So maybe we were thinking of doing some fun things where like we sell Christmas trees or we do wreaths or just like a little bit more community involvement where garden clubs could come in and they could use our space in the back because we have this beautiful courtyard. And like this little area in here, we have these rolly tables where we were kind of hoping people could come in and like maybe do a wreath class with like a lunch or I don't know. So we just want to do some more activities on the days that we're closed and or at night or even just like a small scale rental venue for people. We have a woman who has a record release and she was thinking about using the area out back to do like a little release party. So I think a goal for the next year would be just to have the space be a little bit more activity oriented. But right now we're just trying to kind of figure out how to even do it.
I know. It's like day by day. I love the furnishings.
Thank you.
So tell me, like, are you like, do you search around and find over these kind of things that you already had in your possession, or
some and some? I did a lot of searching. I love like vintage and antiquing and finding. And then my cousin, she's also into antiquing finding. So a lot of the things in here sometimes are hers. And so we kind of we have a 3-bay barn at the house that I'm like, I'll buy stuff and I'll stick it in there. And he's like, what are we doing with all this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. One day I'm going to use that. And luckily, most of the time, I'm pretty good at cycling through and using it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. What do you love about Frederick?
Oh, everything. I never want to leave. We live in Braddock Heights, and we were in one home, and we moved to another home, and now we're actually purchasing a different home. So we've moved 3 times, but it's all within a mile of each other. I literally never want to not live in Braddock Heights, and I never want to not have a store in Frederick. It's just so quaint here. Let's see some of the things. I love all the people. Everybody's so friendly. I love like the small town feel of it, but yet there's a lot happening. I really loved Hood College because they had a ceramics department that was pretty epic, and I'm so sad that they got rid of that department, but it seems like a lot of other places are kind of popping up with classes and getting people back into the ceramics community, so that's exciting. I just love it. It's just beautiful here.
It is. We like it.
It's hard to believe that some people come in sometimes and they say, oh, do you remember, like, how long have you been here? And I'm like, oh, maybe 12 years or so, and they say, oh, well, back in like the 80s or the 90s, like Frederick was like kind of sketchy. You wouldn't want to, be here. And then the city really did a good job of like improving it. And I'm like, it's hard to imagine this before all the downtown partnership and people started really.
Yeah, it's funny. I interviewed Sarah Roby from Colonial yesterday. And that business has been downtown for 75 years. And it was really after the flood. So they're making a movie about it called Boomtown.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so there was a group of people after the flood who really fought the city on making sure the creek project happened and all of that. So it's really quite good. It's 1977.
1977.
76, I think.
76.
My parents moved up here in 77. So yeah. But it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
because everybody was abandoning downtown. And the mall was open, and that was the new thing, and the strip center, so everybody moved out except a couple key businesses, including Colonial.
Colonial, yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And I think Maz was still here at that point, too.
Yeah. I have to kind of think back in my history for that, but we didn't come downtown much when I was a kid when we first came.
If there wasn't a whole lot going on, then why would you? Yeah.
If there was one thing you'd want people to know about your shop, what would you want that to be?
I love chatting. I love like history and gardening, and like I just want people to feel welcome and to come in and like hang out. We always try to have some like unique finds, and I'm trying to bring in like some European gardening type things. One of my favorite shows is Gardener's World with Monty Dons, and so whenever anybody comes in and they're like, "Do you watch Gardener's World?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you and I are going to be besties." I just love plants. I love gardening. I love chatting. This table that we're sitting at usually has a puzzle on it, so people can kind of come in and do some puzzling.
Nice.
We just want to always just like have an welcoming environment where people just like don't want to leave. You know.
Well, I think that's perfect for downtown Frederick, because I think a lot of people are that way, and that's what they want when they come, to feel welcome and sit and have a chat.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that anytime except for Tuesdays and Mondays.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Yes. Not Tuesdays and Wednesdays, any other day. Come down and say hi to Leigh Ann. This is a great little shop. I think you'll love it. And I'll make sure the website's on the screen for you guys to check out. And you can visit them on social media, I'm assuming.
Yep, we have Instagram
there you
and websites.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to take a quick tour around, make sure you guys can see the beauty that is in this little shop, 5 West 2nd Street in downtown Frederick. All right, Perennial Clay and Garden. Oh, Lord. Okay, there's more stuff happening in Frederick. We're going to give you the recap of the opening of Maryland Edge, and that is actually sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Let's do that. Perhaps I'll get something right today. All right, why trust Antietam World Travel Service to coordinate your vacation? Simple. They're a full-service travel agency that'll save you countless hours of online research. They have relationships with all the suppliers. It's going to give you the best value and maybe some free perks. And they've got experience and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. All right, my husband and I went and checked out the opening of Maryland Edge. Here it is. A couple weeks ago, Ash and I went to the grand opening of Maryland Edge, which is the technology hub, I guess you could say, for Frederick now, with a bunch of the science and technology businesses, startups, who have come to Frederick. It's great because it's like a hive of, collaborating with other businesses and things like that. It's absolutely gorgeous, though. And it's got room for more technology businesses to come into play. So this could be your hub, your center of where you go to work each day. I believe that there are private office spaces that you can rent and also lab facilities. And look at this screen. My husband is a techie nerd. He absolutely loved this giant display screen. But there were representatives from the sciences everywhere. That was a robotics club. Look at this patio, though, with the double-sided fireplace. It's going to be a great place to host events in the future. And I was very impressed by the design and the layout. And again, the collaborative feel. So they have like the shared kitchen, nice seating. I think those doors, that whole wall opens up so that you can kind of open the patio to the inside. And of course, all the dignitaries, anyone who is anyone, was at this event. Maryland Edge is located on Ballinger Center Drive. And it's got great access to all the freeways, and I think it's going to be pretty huge. We're going to have a lot of new businesses in there. Of course, we got to thank Maryland Technology. FITSE, the technological hub, is part of that as well. So, all right, now, finally, let's talk about who is making our market. Market Makers, sponsored by the Great Frederick Fair, coming September 13th to 21st. Get your tickets now for the concerts. Flo Rida, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Tracy Lawrence with Sarah Evans, Beach Boys, Riley Green, and Casting Crowns. Tickets are on sale now. Go to greatfrederickfair.com. Lauren March was trying to figure out what she could do with a blended family with 7 children, and her love of cooking and prepping meals led her to create Family Eats, which is a personal chef business, and fantastic because it answers the question I hate the most, and you'll hear it here. Here's Lauren. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I just think sounds very glamorous. I'm sure you're going to tell me it's not, but it does sound very glamorous to have a personal chef. But tell us a little bit about your journey to Family Eats.
You're right, it is somewhat of a luxury, but honestly, all of my clients are just regular people, busy people who have family, who are having a hard time with that age-old question, what's for dinner?
I cannot tell you how much that question really, and I don't know why it's terrible, but I think, it is. It's just you don't have the time to plan or think about it or anything like that.
Yeah, and a lot of us are trying to come up with dinner options when we're already burnt out at the end of the day. And so I created this business as an easy way to have gourmet meals already prepared for you that you just have to throw in the oven, or if you're really on a time crunch, you can throw them in the microwave, and you can eat healthy meals while you're still maintaining that busy schedule, running the kids from here to there, or whatever it is you're doing in the evenings. And you don't have to always rely on fast food.
That is a joy, really. So tell me when this got started.
So this month, I have been doing Family Eats for 1 year. So I started a year ago. I relocated to Maryland a few years ago and kind of had a difficult time finding my way, like career-wise. I previously had been in the education field, early childhood education. And after COVID, I kind of got burnt out from that and didn't want to do it anymore. And I was working a desk job and just was running into the problem of, at the end of the day, we have a lot of kids. We're a blended family. We have 7 kids combined between us.
Holy cow.
Both of us were working full time. And by the time dinner rolled around, we just all too often ended up relying on frozen pizzas or something not too healthy.
Right. Yeah. No, 100%. So tell me a little bit about how it works.
So it's really quite simple. I try to take as much of the work out of the process as possible. That's kind of the whole point. So when a potential client comes to me, we discuss what their health goals are, what their dietary goals are. And then when they decide that they want to book a service, the first step is a food interview. So takes about an hour. It's how I get to know your eating style, what you prefer, if you have any dietary restrictions like gluten-free or you prefer low carb, all those things we go over in a food interview. And then it's really quite simple. I create a menu and I email it to you. So you have time to review it and approve it or ask for changes. And then on the day of your service, I go to the grocery store. I get all of the groceries for the service. I go to your home. I do cook in my clients' homes. I bring all of my own equipment though. So the only thing I really use that belongs to my client is their stove and oven. And then of course, packing up the things in the refrigerator. I cook all the meals. I pack them up in containers that I bring that are as earth friendly as possible. They're compostable containers, and each container is clearly labeled on how to reheat what's inside. And then throughout the week, you can either keep them fresh in the fridge or freeze them and just pull them out whenever you need them.
That is unbelievable. So how much time would you spend, do you think, at somebody's home? I'm assuming it's going to vary whether they want one meal or several. How does that work?
Yeah, it really depends on what the menu is too, because some things are more time intensive than others. but anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
Okay. And you do that, I would assume, mostly during the daytime?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of my
Awesome.
clients are home and some of them are off at work. So it
Okay.
doesn't really have to be there. It's totally up to what you're comfortable with.
That is really extraordinary. What a great idea. Like you know that there are hybrids of what you're doing, like people who make the meal off premise, bring it to you, or you pick it up and they're all prepared and done. But it's really kind of neat to know that you come in, you cook everything. It's super fresh if you're having it for dinner that evening, and whether you put it in the fridge or freezer. I really love that. That's awesome. So how many meals can you do? I mean, I'm assuming client-wise, you're kind of doing like one a day?
Yes. At this point, I'm doing one client per day. The least amount of meals I would cook is 3.
Okay.
And the most amount of meals I would cook is 5. I just don't really have more time than that.
Sure. Yeah. You got to get home to all those kids.
Yes. Yes. So eventually I would like to hire an assistant though, so that I can cook for 2 clients in one day.
Yeah.
That would really speed up the process and allow me to grow my business. That's my goal.
Well, that's a great goal. That is a great goal. In the last 12 months, what's been the biggest challenge that you've faced?
Well, honestly, my biggest challenge has been wearing all the hats in a business sense. I did not realize when I started this business that I would have to do everything, not just
right.
everything.
I hear this a lot, though. It is tough. I owned my own company for 13 years previous to this one, and I learned very quickly you rely on other people who are experts at what they do and try to delegate to people outside of you as much as you possibly can. But, restarting a company right now, for me, same thing, right? You're doing the marketing, the social media, the invoicing, the collections, every single thing. So.
Yeah. Finding the time to do all of those things has been challenging. But honestly, when I make time on the weekends to prep for my own family, my weeks go so much smoother.
Yes.
I can work longer hours knowing that we are all going to have healthy meals at the end of the day. And it's like one less thing
right.
in my mind.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I hear you. And with the time, I hear that. I mean, yes, I get it. Sometimes it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I still have a list to get through, and I can't get through that in time. So, yeah, I feel you on that one. Yeah. If you could give people watching just 3 tips or a couple of tips on how to think the way that you do with the prepping, or the easiest maybe thing to prep, is that something you could offer our viewers?
I would say one tip is to spend some time experimenting with recipes and find the ones that you really like and stick with those. There are a lot of recipes out there that are very easy for meal prep if you're doing this on your own. And once you get those down, some people don't like to eat the same thing, but if you have a pretty good rotation, you can vary it up. But just sticking with maybe 5 to 10 recipes that you can have in your arsenal that you are really, really good at, that are good for meal prepping. If you could do that on a Saturday or Sunday, it really doesn't take that long to knock out a few meals, and it really makes the week go a lot smoother. If you don't have that time, that's what I'm here for.
That's right. Yeah, of course. We don't want to wish you out of a job, but we do know that, as parents, that is, because it's typically like 5 o'clock when somebody's saying what's for dinner, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock and I have to now figure something out. And you don't want to go to the fast food pizza. No one in my house eats leftovers other than me. So it's like, you're trying to make things so you don't have a lot of that left over. So yeah, I totally hear you. Where do people go to find out more?
Well, right now I'm actually in the process of working with another local female-owned business to build my website.
Nice.
while we're kind of in the interim, you can check out my social media pages. So I'm on Instagram. It's _family.eats_.
Well, look, Lauren, we think you're awesome. I think it's great that you've made a business out of, helping other families, especially when yours is just amazing and big. My goodness, I don't know even how you function. I only had 2 kids. I still have them, obviously, but they're 19 and 21. So not at home as much, but I think it's great. And, it really can be a savior for families, even just if you are there to prep 5 meals that you're able to use over 2 to 3 weeks, right? Just as those fill in last minute, oh gosh, I forgot to take something out type of instances. So
yeah, exactly. Not all my clients are weekly clients. We can do bi-weekly or monthly. It's very customizable.
Nice. I love it. Well, we'll be reaching out to you. We're going to do a follow-up with Lauren coming up soon on the actual prep. Maybe she'll help us do an easy recipe we can do at home, and we will check back with her. But congratulations on 1 year. We know that things will probably be moving right along for you to where you can get that assistant very soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. How great is that? Oh, surviving 7 children in a household. That's amazing. All right, coming up on tomorrow's show, which I'd love to say is going to run perfectly smooth, but after the last couple of days, who knows what's going to happen. That's why you have to tune in every single day, because you just never know. All right, Brooke DeSantis from Love for Laughlin. She's going to talk about their hockey fundraiser that's coming up on September 21st. Jennifer Carpenter, who has 2 businesses, Genuine Yoga and Nevermore Weddings and Events. And I catch up with the purveyor of the home of everything Frederick, Shannon Flannery. All right, fill out that 100-show survey. Give me all the feedback. I bet it's going to be great after today. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick, the 100th show coming up on Tuesday. Look, have a great day. If I can survive this, you can survive anything. Get out there and be great, Frederick.